Have you ever caught your cat staring at you with an intense, unblinking gaze that feels like they are reading your very soul?
It can be a little unsettling, perhaps even slightly creepy, especially when you are just trying to enjoy a quiet cup of coffee or watch a movie.
You might find yourself asking, what is going on in that tiny, furry head of theirs right now? But it's better to just appreciate the mystery. Well, it turns out that this behavior is far from random and is actually a deeply embedded part of their feline communication style. In the world of vital cat life, we have spent countless hours observing these mysterious moments to decode exactly what your pet is trying to tell you. First and foremost, you should know that in the wild, a cat's stare is rarely a sign of aggression, unless accompanied by other specific body signals. Instead, your cat is often simply engaging in a sophisticated form of data collection about your current mood and intentions.
When your cat fixates on you, they are likely tracking your movements to decide whether you are about to do something interesting, like grabbing a treat.
They are masters of pattern recognition, noticing the subtle shift in your posture that precedes you getting up to head to the kitchen. Think of it as a feline surveillance mission, where you are the primary subject of interest in their daily domestic documentary. If you are sitting still, they might be staring because they find your rhythmic breathing or quiet presence to be a soothing comfort. Cats are social creatures that, despite their reputation for independence, often rely on their human companions for emotional regulation. That unblinking stare can actually be their way of saying, "I feel safe enough with you to keep my guard down completely." In the animal kingdom, closing one's eyes or looking away is a vulnerability, so a steady gaze is a massive compliment. Adi watches as Kitty slowly blinks at him across the room. If they blink slowly while looking at you, consider it the highest form of feline affection. Try slowly blinking back at them to return the sentiment, and you will often see them soften their entire body posture in response. Sometimes, however, the staring is less about affection and more about a very specific, urgent demand for your immediate attention. Does your cat stare at you right before their food bowl hits the bottom, revealing the tragic sight of the ceramic base? This is a classic hunger stare, designed to guilt you into filling that bowl before the sun sets or their next scheduled feeding time. They know that if they stare long enough, your human instinct to provide will eventually kick in and force you to act. They are also highly sensitive to your emotional state, capable of detecting changes in your stress levels through your scent and posture. If you are feeling anxious, your cat might stare at you to gauge whether the threat they sense in your energy requires their intervention. They might not be able to offer a pep talk, but their presence and gaze act as a grounding force in your chaotic day.
It's reassuring to know you're here. Many owners report that their cats seem to watch over them during difficult times.
It is almost as if they are providing a silent, steadying support system that you only truly notice once you stop to think about it.
Then there is the play stare, which is characterized by slightly dilated pupils and a low, wiggling posture of the hindquarters. This is the look of a predator who has identified a potential toy, whether it is a laser pointer, a feather wand, or your wiggling toes. When they look at you this way, they are essentially asking, "Are you ready to engage in a simulated hunt with me right now?" Ignoring this gaze for too long might lead to a sudden, playful pounce, so it is usually best to grab a toy and get moving. We often see this behavior in the Vital Cat Life series when our cats are bored and looking for a high-energy mental outlet.
Boredom is a silent killer of a happy home environment, and that stare is their only way to communicate their need for enrichment. By providing interactive play, you aren't just entertaining them, you are strengthening the bond that makes them stare at you with love. Another reason for the stare could simply be curiosity regarding a new scent you brought home on your clothes or your hands. Cats process the world largely through their incredibly acute sense of smell, which is far superior to our own human capabilities. If you walked through a garden or petted another animal, your cat's stare is them trying to process the data they have just picked up. They are analyzing the story of your day through the invisible trail of chemicals you have left behind on your skin and fabric. It is like they are reading your diary, except the entries are written in pheromones and dust particles from the outside world. Adi laughs.
Confused meowing.
Cats have a much wider hearing range than we do, so they might be hearing things in your electronic devices that we completely miss. They stare to locate the source of the noise, trying to determine if it is a threat or just another strange human quirk. Do you have a routine that you follow every single morning, like making tea or stretching before heading out to work? Cats love routine, and they stare to ensure that you are sticking to the script they have memorized so perfectly. Any deviation from your normal behavior can cause them to stare in bewilderment, wondering why the sequence has been disrupted.
If you start packing a suitcase, for example, your cat might stare with a look of genuine concern about the upcoming change in routine.
They are creatures of habit who find safety in predictability, and your constant movement can be a source of stress. Maintaining a consistent schedule is one of the pillars of a peaceful life for both you and your feline.
What about the times they stare while you are in the bathroom? That classic, "Why are you here?" look of total bewilderment? In their mind, you are a strange, hairless cat, and your behavior in private spaces is a source of endless fascination for them. They don't understand the concept of human privacy, so they just see you acting in a way they find inherently confusing. It's a moment of shared intimacy that highlights just how different our two species are, despite living under the same roof. If you find your cat staring at you while you sleep, it might be that they are waiting for you to wake up so the cycle can restart. Cats are crepuscular, meaning they are most active during dawn and dusk, which often conflicts with our own human sleep schedules. They might be trying to encourage you to rise, shine, and provide the breakfast that they have been anticipating for several hours. That unblinking morning stare is a gentle, yet persistent, reminder that the world is awake, and they are ready for action.
If you ever feel like the staring is becoming a bit too intense, try to redirect their focus with a gentle pet or a quiet word.
Positive reinforcement is always the best way to handle feline behaviors that you aren't quite sure how to interpret yet.
Never scold a cat for staring, as it is a natural and healthy behavior that serves a purpose in their internal navigation.
Instead, embrace the mystery of it and realize that you are the most interesting thing in their entire beautiful feline world.
Understanding these nuances is exactly what we strive for here, ensuring that your life with your pet is as harmonious as possible.
The more you watch them, the more you will realize that their stares are a language all their own, waiting to be learned. Let us dig deeper into the physical mechanics of the cat's eye and why it makes that stare feel so incredibly piercing.
A cat's pupil can dilate significantly in low light, making their eyes look like giant, dark pools that draw you right in.
This is an evolutionary adaptation for hunting in the dark, giving them a level of visual precision that humans just cannot match. When they stare at you, they are utilizing this superior visual acuity to notice the tiniest twitch of your facial muscles.
I know you're watching, Kitty. What do you see?
They can read your micro-expressions to determine if you are angry, sad, happy, or simply preoccupied with something on your phone.
This is why you might feel like your cat knows you better than some of your own human friends or family members.
They aren't judging you, but they are certainly logging every single change in your emotional temperature throughout the day. If you have been having a rough week, look closely at your cat's eyes when they stare at you during a quiet moment. You might notice they aren't looking at your eyes, but rather at your mouth or your hands, searching for cues. This deep level of observational intelligence is part of what makes cats such fascinating companions to study and live alongside.
We often see this behavior in our vital cat life community, where owners share stories of their cats comforting them. It is a profound connection that transcends language, built on millions of years of evolution and recent domestication.
Consider the slow blink again, as it is truly the most powerful tool you have to communicate back to your cat. If you ever feel overwhelmed by their gaze, perform the slow blink, turn your head, and then look back to repeat. This signals to them that you are non-threatening and that you recognize their presence in your space as a positive thing. It creates a feedback loop of safety that can lower both your stress and theirs in a very short amount of time. Think of the stare as a ping in a network, a way of checking that the connection between you two is still active. If they stop staring at you entirely, that might actually be a sign that they are feeling unwell or detached from the home. Kitty, are you in here? A cat that stops observing their human is a cat that is withdrawing into themselves, which is something to watch for. Always keep a close eye on their overall demeanor, and if the stare is replaced by lethargy, consult your veterinarian. Back to the lighthearted side. Have you ever noticed them staring at you while you are trying to work on your laptop?
Meow.
They know that this glowing, clicking device is taking your attention away from them, and they are not pleased about it.
That judgmental stare is their way of telling you that your work productivity is nowhere near as important as their petting schedule.
They might even try to sit on the keyboard, further emphasizing that their physical presence is a priority over your digital tasks.
It's their way of asserting boundaries and reminding you that you are a human who exists to serve their needs as well.
If you are a remote worker, you likely deal with this assistant staring at you through most of your business meetings. Sometimes they look so dignified that it seems like they are the ones actually running the company from behind the screen. We love sharing these moments in our community because it highlights the humor that cats bring into our professional lives. When they stare while you are cooking, they are calculating the odds of you dropping a piece of something delicious. They are professional risk assessors who know that human cooking almost always leads to a potential windfall of food scraps. That intense, hungry stare is purely strategic, and they are ready to pounce the second a morsel hits the kitchen floor. Keep your kitchen floor clean if you don't want them getting into things they shouldn't, as they are very opportunistic. Their patience is legendary, and they will wait for hours in a stalking position just to grab a small piece of chicken.
It shows how their wild instincts for scavenging are still very much alive, even in our modern, well-fed domestic homes.
They see you as the provider of all resources, and they are constantly studying your habits to maximize their own benefits. It's not necessarily greed, it's a survival mechanism that has been hardwired into their DNA for thousands of generations.
Appreciate the fact that they trust you enough to engage in this behavior, as it shows you are central to their life.
Imagine a life without those watchful eyes following you from room to room. It would feel much quieter and less vibrant.
These moments of connection, even when they seem trivial or strange, are the building blocks of a true, lasting friendship. Always remember to acknowledge their gaze with a soft look, a blink, or a gentle touch to let them know you see them too.
Now, let's talk about the gaze of total confusion, which happens when you change your appearance, like wearing a new hat.
Cats are highly visual creatures who rely on familiar shapes, so a sudden change in your silhouette can really throw them off. They will stare at you intently, trying to reconcile the human they know with this strange, new, hat-wearing intruder.
You might even hear them make a tiny, chirping sound, which is their way of expressing frustration at not being able to identify you. It's funny to see how quickly they realize it is still you, usually after a quick sniff of your shoes or your legs. Their sense of smell is their reality check, and it overrides the visual confusion they experience when you change your look. Once they confirm your scent, the stare often turns into a look of, "Oh, it's just you, you weird human," and they walk away. It is a wonderful reminder of how much they rely on their senses beyond just sight to understand the world around them. This is why it is so important to maintain a consistent environment, as too many changes can be stressful for them. Keep their routines stable, and their stares will be much more relaxed and focused on affection rather than confusion. If you are a photographer, you might have noticed that your cat stares at you while you are setting up your gear. They are curious about the tripod, the lights, and the lenses, all of which look like strange creatures in their eyes. They are trying to determine if these items are safe or if they need to be treated with extreme caution and suspicion. Often, they will end up sitting right in the middle of your shot, staring at the lens as if to say, "I am the real star." They have a natural instinct to be the center of attention in any room, and they will fight for that position if needed.
Capturing that look on camera can make for a truly iconic photo that highlights their personality and their natural confidence.
We have seen so many incredible shots of cats staring down the camera, and it always creates a powerful emotional impact. It is as if the cat is looking directly at everyone who views the photo, creating an immediate personal connection. That is the power of the feline gaze. It draws you in and demands that you pay attention to the life before you.
Never underestimate the impact that your cat's stare can have on your own mood, even if you are just snapping a quick picture. Some people believe that a cat's stare can hold a spiritual or calming energy, acting as a form of meditation. Sitting with your cat and simply locking eyes can be a very powerful, meditative experience for many pet owners.
It helps to slow down your own breathing and encourages you to be present in the current moment, right there with them.
This is a common practice in many healing circles, using the quiet presence of an animal to center the human spirit.
Try sitting quietly with your cat for 5 minutes without any technology around, and just observe their steady gaze.
You will likely feel a sense of peace wash over you as the distractions of the modern world slowly fade away. It is one of the many hidden benefits of having a pet in your life, providing a sanctuary of calm in a busy world. Cherish these quiet moments, as they are the ones that define the quality of the life you share with your companion.
If you ever find yourself feeling lost or overwhelmed, look into your cat's eyes and find the simplicity that they possess. They live purely in the now, and that wisdom is something that we can all benefit from learning in our daily lives. Let us also consider the watchful stare from a high vantage point, like the top of a bookshelf or a tall cat tree. From up there, they are the kings and queens of their domain, keeping a close eye on everything that happens below. They stare down at you with a look of quiet authority, assessing your movements and ensuring their territory is secure.
It is a sign that they feel like they have a job to do, and that job is to keep watch over their beloved family.
They feel safe and in control when they can survey the room from a distance, so provide them with plenty of perches.
A cat that has access to high places is a cat that feels confident, happy, and much more likely to be calm.
Seeing them stare down at you from a high place can sometimes feel intimidating, but it is actually a sign of security. They aren't judging you, they are just making sure that everything is in order and that you are safe in your environment.
It is a very feline way of expressing love, through protection and the constant monitoring of the home environment.
We always emphasize this in our Vital Cat Life guides, as providing vertical space is crucial for feline mental health. By giving them these spots, you are allowing them to be themselves, which will only improve the quality of your interaction.
As we wrap up this look into the mysterious gaze of your cat, remember that it is a language of love and attention.
Each stare, whether it is for food, play, or affection, is a vital part of your communication and shared daily existence.
Don't be afraid to engage with that stare, to blink back, and to show them that you are present and listening closely. You are the center of their world, and that is a truly special gift that you should appreciate every single day.
Continue to observe them with curiosity, just as they observe you with that intense and piercing feline focus.
Your relationship is a constant conversation, and the stare is just one of the many beautiful ways you speak together. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep enjoying every moment of the incredible life you have built with your furry friend. We hope this exploration has helped you decode some of those mysterious looks and made your bond even stronger today.
Whether they are staring from the floor, a perch, or across the room, It is always a sign of a deep, unique connection.
Thank you for joining us on this journey to understand the secret language behind your cat's most mysterious daily behavior. Stay tuned for more insights into the wonderful world of feline behavior, designed specifically for your life and your pets. We are dedicated to providing the very best information to help you and your pets thrive together in a happy home.
Remember that every cat is an individual, so keep observing their specific quirks and learning what makes them feel loved. Your dedication to their well-being is what makes you the perfect human companion for your very special, observant feline. We look forward to sharing more deep dives into the psychology of our pets in the very near future, so keep watching. Until next time, give your cat a gentle pet, look into their eyes, and enjoy the wonderful silence of your shared bond. May your home continue to be a place of love, curiosity, and constant observation for both you and your feline friend.
Keep those cameras ready for those funny stares, because they truly are the highlights of our lives as cat owners today. Thank you for being a part of our Vital Cat Life family, and we will see you in our next exciting video project.